Better than perfect. Seven strategies to crush your inner critic and create a life you love by Dr. Elizabeth Lombardo. I found this very interesting. Here's a few of these acronyms in there. So there's that, and then example of her tips, and then exercise. So, like different types of exercises. There's quotes in here as well. So there's quotes in the italics, slightly larger, kind of separated. So like Justin Timberlake, Juliet Cameron, Michael J. Fox. This one doesn't have any person attached to it. And BTP, better than perfect tip. There's that. And in the second part, it goes into the chapters of the acronym of perfect tip, the acronym she creates for that. So postmortem your past, evaluate your expectations, reinforce new roads, fail forward, eliminate extremes, create, don't compare, transcend. So there's like the action steps and exercises. So there's a self-assessment, there's a few different things throughout the book that you could do that aligns with the different things. So the third chapter is pretty much all exercises or assignments. So there is that to have a look at. The tips are kind of like side notes. She goes into different things like stress management tips. There's some stories that do relate to the topic, but for a little bit there is just that story that like this it goes into like subsections, and it's pretty much the story and a little bit of this one's feeling entitled. So a little bit of the majority of this is the story, but a little bit of like information of what you can get out of that story. So there's helpful strategies to be better / do better. It is informative and helpful, so it can be like helpful to overcome, like you want to be better. Like to me, you don't have to end up being perfect, but with some of the things that she talks about, you can, doing a few things here and there, you can do better. It's different, it's slight, it's a little bit workbookish, but helpful tips and informative, information-wise. Again, it's to have a better life. Recognition. There's the recognition of it's going to be hard, it's going to be a little difficult. You're not going to get to being better / perfect in one day, but it's worth it. It's not just read the book. It's actual, you gotta do these exercises, you gotta do these things every day or every few days or whatever to have that better life. So, and the U.S. price is $17, so about $20 for, or if you're like me, get it from your library. So there is that, and with the exercises, there is the space to write in them, like in the grid or lined or on the lines, because there's a few of them where you write. She gives 1, 2, 3 lines to write on, but that can be a downside for people who don't like to write in their books, or if you're like me that get it from your library, you can't write in the book, obviously. But to me, it's a pretty interesting read if you want a different look on how to make your life a little bit better, different tips to make your life a little better. So it's definitely worth to have a look at. So, Better Than Perfect by Dr. Elizabeth Lombardo. Happy readings.